Hi, I'm Ken and welcome to Addy's Adventures. If you're a subscriber, thanks for returning. If you're new, please think of subscribing. Click on the like button and the notification bell as well. That way you'll be reminded of any future videos. Solo travel, the pros and cons. I just want to say first up, I've noticed that a lot of how to travel solo vlogs are of young people. My vlogs are coming from a more mature age aspect. While a lot of information will be similar, there may be little parts that would pertain to an older person. All right, let's get started with the pros of being a solo traveller. It's my favourite way to travel. I enjoy this the most because I'm free to do whatever I want whenever I want. So when I plan a trip, I can schedule around my whole life. I don't have to rely on dates and that are set up by travel companies. I can do it when I want, whenever I want. Your flights, you can change flights, like have long layovers or have extended periods in countries on your flights. This sometimes helps. An extra few days in a country breaks up a trip, and you might be able to get to see a small part of another country. Accommodation, you choose where you stay. If you're someone who likes to mix with a lot of people, hostels are great. If you're someone who likes to, be on your own, hotels, Airbnb might be a thing, or even a mix of both. Visiting museums and historical sites can be done. You choose which ones you want to do, and that are your interest. That's the main thing. And the one I like the most is you can mix with the locals. Eat in restaurants they eat in, shop in shops they shop in, and just mix with them and enjoy the culture. Sometimes this can be the most rewarding part, even more rewarding than visiting historical sites. You tend to learn more about the culture this way. Getting to sites early. This is a big one. As a solo traveller, you can get in there early. A lot of sites open 7:30 a.m. in the morning and close 7:30, 7 p.m. at night. You get in there nice and early. You can spend 2 hours, two and a half, 3 hours in there before even the tour buses turn up. In Nuremberg Castle, I went in at 7 o'clock, spent 2.5 hours in there. As I was walking out, the start of the tour groups were coming in. When I got out on the street, there were 9 buses pulled up. When I was in there was only half a dozen of us. You have the ability to adjust your itinerary whenever it suits you. If you get up in the morning and decide you don't want to take that cruise on the Nile that day, you'd rather just have an easy day, maybe relaxing around the pool, walking the streets, sitting in a coffee shop. You can chop and change the itinerary at any time. An example I had was I was in Jordan, and had 2 nights at a spa, a 5-star resort on the Dead Sea. Now this resort, even though it's 5-star, was extremely cheap, but it was really nice. Then I was to travel down to Wadi Rum for 1 night in a desert camp there. In the end, I cancelled the Wadi Rum and spent 3 nights in the spa. It was great. It was really relaxing. I recharged. What it did, I'd had a big couple of weeks in Egypt. I'd already been in Jordan for a week. So this recharged the batteries, got me going. And yeah, it was great. A great way to break up the trip. But I did it with less than 24 hours notice. As a solo too, you can move quickly across from country to country or within a country. Same public transport. You grab your bag, jump on, you're gone. You're there quickly. You can jump on trams, trains, buses very quickly, change your plans, and this helps as a solo. Now, also too, I'm not someone who needs to be around people to have company, or not necessarily need a lot of conversation. I'm quite happy just doing my own thing. I don't really need to have to interact with people. I'm happy to chat with locals, but I can pick and choose and do that as a solo traveller whenever I want. For me, it's all about the freedom to make your own choices and to be yourself. Let's start with the cons of being a solo traveller. I found this really hard to do because I enjoy solo travel so much. But anyway, let's get started. Planning. I start planning 6 to 8 months out. I have to research, and I do more research. Flights, accommodation, public transport, safety, insurance, visas, knowing what points of interest you want to see in the country you're going to, currency of the new country you're going to. Do you need a SIM card? Where can you get one on arrival? Where can you exchange money? You'll need to know when you arrive at the airport which is the best form of transport to get you to your hotel. Understanding the public transport and different metro, bus, tram lines, where they run. Do they run less over weekends? Do they run on public holidays? Knowing to help you when moving off public transport with your luggage. Knowing opening, closing times of points of interest. Do you need to purchase tickets in advance? Online? Can you get them on entry or do you have to pre-purchase? For example, when I went to Jordan, the Jordan Pass, which I purchased online before I left Australia, included the visa entry. Also entry to many museums and archaeological sites. I just showed it at immigration, my passport was stamped and I went straight through. You have to know local customs too. Will certain shops and businesses be open or closed, for example? What clothing is appropriate for the country you're going to? Men need to wear long pants in a mosque. Women need to be modestly covered, shoulders and knees. These are all part of the research you need to do. There'll be nothing more disappointing than turning up at the Hagia Sophia and not being let in because you're not wearing long pants or haven't got your shoulders covered. Is safety in the country you're going to be an issue? Check with the latest reviews of other travellers that have been there. They will give you a better idea than any government travel advice. Travelling on your own, you can get lonely with no one to talk to, and a lot of times in a country where your language may not be the first. It's hard to strike up a conversation, so you have to go out of your way to meet people and immerse yourself in the culture. Now this is the one that I found the hardest. No one to take a photo of you. You have to learn the art of selfies or ask a bystander to take one for you. So weigh up these options. If you're considering solo travel, I hope this information has helped you out. But I'm sure if you're like me, once you get started with solo travel, it becomes the only way to see the world. Good luck with your adventures, and I hope this info was helpful. Cheers.